Yo, but before we get into the video today, make sure you subscribed. I'm trying to get to 10k before the end of the year. Let's go. Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Wheelie and welcome back to the channel. Now today, we're going to be reacting to the most brutal crashes in F1 history. You guys know I love my F1. Can't wait. I'm going to be up 6 o'clock in the morning for the Vegas one. This will probably go out afterwards, so this might even be the end of F1 season by the time this comes out, but fuck it, we're here, let's jump into it.
From Hamilton's devastating crash to Verstappen's dramatic
incident, we've actually got
it
didn't destroy Bash. Oh, no, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. If they're trying to say about the Singapore one, that was the two Ferraris that went in for Verstappen, plus it didn't end Vettel's career, if that's what they're implying there. Yeah. Good start.
An absolutely smeared championship protagonists have taken each other.
I remember watching that one.
Start with Fernando Alonso. In
oh, this is gonna be Australia.
Alonso crashed badly as he went.
Yes, I remember watching this.
The Australian Grand Prix.
I can't believe he just walked out like nothing happened. He literally walked out like nothing happened.
Through the air before coming to rest upside down at 200 miles per hour.
That was pretty.
He wasn't seriously injured and was capable
that was pretty
of
bad.
His McLaren. But
I still can't believe that, to be honest with you.
Because what Max's father, Jos Verstappen, suffered from was one of the most.
Oh, did it go in for flames? I think I remember. Yeah.
At the 1994 Hockenheim.
Well, I didn't see it because I wasn't born, but I remember seeing the
15 laps,
replays and stuff for it.
But instead, he experienced the
yes, it was that one. It was that one.
Sprayed out of the fueling
with the Benetton, yeah.
Ignited his hot car.
That was
this
mad.
Became a huge disaster.
That was mad.
In his car and his surroundings caught fire. Everything went up.
He was quite lucky, to be honest. He was very lucky because if you think of like Niki Lauda when his car went up in flames, Jos got quite lucky, to be honest with you.
And black, and I couldn't breathe. And despite this disaster, pit stop refueling still remained in F1 till 2010. But eventually, after several
yep, I remember that one with the Massa.
Refueling, it got banned for good. But even though Jos survived his fiery crash, another driver couldn't, which not only made headlines, it also became one of the worst moments in F1's history.
I'm really liking. Sorry, I'm really liking this like the voiceover and stuff. Obviously, I haven't watched the video like that.
The crash at the
really enjoying it.
GP changed F1 forever. Roland Ratzenberger. Of
course, Ratzenberger, I forgot about him.
Crashed his car into a wall at 195.7 miles per hour during qualifying.
I thought it was going to be another Flames one, to be honest with you.
That wasn't all. Ayrton Senna.
Yeah, same weekend, wasn't it?
Drivers in history.
Same weekend.
Passed away the next day. Due to one of the most horrifying crashes in F1 history. There are
my dad told me about that years ago, before I watched it.
In the Grand Prix because he was so devastated by Ratzenberger's passing. Sadly, Senna made the decision to race, and on lap 7,
oh man, if he just said no, I'm not racing, man, he would have been alive today. We would have seen one of the greatest drivers for years and years and years. But it's sad to see, man. Sad to see.
At a speed of about 192 miles per hour.
Imagine that.
Created a great deal of changes in F1.
I was gonna say
being placed on the safety of
this is gonna sound so horrible, man. But if that didn't happen, we wouldn't have had as many safety measures as we do now. And well, it's probably gonna say better now. The Masters one with Barrichello, the spring come off Barrichello's born GP car, hit him in the head. If it weren't for that helmet,
F1 drivers,
Massa would have been dead as well.
Dangerous detachments and crashes. Testing methods for tyre barriers were made mandatory. Barriers were secured by rubber belts and wheel tethers were adopted. But while these terrible crashes changed F1,
so many crashes back in the day.
One F1 driver's reputation, and we all know which Russian driver I'm talking about.
Yes,
Mazepin's rookie season.
Mazepin.
Some big headlines.
Oh, he's so good, man. What a driver.
Laughing stock.
What a twat.
Before his career got started, he was already being judged.
He was always. I watched a lot of F2 and F3, right? He was so shit then. He was crashing the car then. Like, come on, man. Why put him in house? I know you get all the sponsors, you get all the money, but You're going to waste that money on rebuilding the car that he keeps
When he
crashing.
crashed in the first race of the year,
So
obviously it
so
didn't
dangerous,
help
so
him.
dangerous.
But seriously, guys,
So dangerous.
crash in the first race. I mean, come on. Even Sergio Perez repeatedly called him an idiot at the Portuguese
He
Grand
is,
Prix.
he is.
Also, his relationship with ex-teammate Mick Schumacher also deteriorated. And
Oh,
to the
yeah,
point
that-
where
what time,
Mick even
what
declared
time,
that he
though.
wanted to finish him. Oh boy, that got serious. But while this Haas driver's
What
crashes
time.
were simply ridiculous, another Haas driver was also involved in a crash, which not only changed his life,
Oh,
but also
wait.
changed
Oh,
everyone's
yeah,
during
yeah.
the opening lap of the
I still
2018
can't believe
Bahrain
this.
Grand Prix. Romain Grosjean was
I went to the F1 exhibition at the XL in September, and obviously his car is there. Oh my god, he is so lucky.
involved.
And I
in
can't
a
believe how intact it
terrifying
still
crash.
is.
He reached a peak force of 67 Gs when he crashed into a metal
Oh,
barrier
mate.
at 119 miles per hour. This
Still
split
can't
his car
believe
into
that.
half and caused an explosion. Grosjean was trapped in the cockpit for 27 seconds before he managed to escape through the raging fire.
I don't
But
get how he
later,
done it
revealed
still.
that the main reason he's alive is because of the halo, which definitely has become a huge
Yeah, 'cause the
part of
halo
F1
kind of
safety.
split
But
the
despite
barrier,
the
didn't it?
safety
And it just
precautions,
went- it
some
went in
crashes
between,
were
didn't it?
simply unavoidable, especially when it looked
remember
like
that
the
one.
driver would do anything to harm their teammates' chances of winning. And we're of course talking
Yeah,
about Lewis
yeah,
Hamilton
yeah,
and
yeah.
Nico Rosberg.
Yeah.
Despite winning both constructors,
I mean, I'm a
and
Ferrari fan, right? I love this
things
still.
got personal for the Mercedes drivers, especially
It's when
at the
Hamilton-
height of
well,
it,
Hamilton and
when
Rosberg
the
took
pairs
each other
took
out. Yeah,
each
yeah.
other on the opening lap of the Spanish Grand Prix.
I was alright. I was a
So
Ferrari
bad
fan, so
that
it
not
was
only
alright for me.
fractured their already tense relationship, but also had Mercedes threaten to sack both drivers. But what's
I mean, I'm
interesting
surprised
is
Mercedes
the pair were
didn't.
actually childhood friends, and even after that, their
Yeah,
friendship
but
suffered.
racing-
And
after
got
racing
ruined to the point
starts,
where
that's it
Lewis
really,
even
innit?
told Mercedes that he didn't want to race for them again. Niki Lauda also stressed that both drivers pushed each other to the limit, hence
Well,
the
yeah.
crash. But turns out, this crash was nothing compared to the crash that Niki experienced
Yeah,
during
yeah.
his racing days, which was so devastating that it forced F1 to make changes. It was
I knew this one was coming.
1976
I knew
German
this
Grand
one was
Prix.
coming.
Bad weather and track coverage meant that parts of the Nürburgring circuit were wet. Now, what's interesting is,
And then
even
obviously
though
that-
Lauda
that
was
track
the
is so
fastest driver
fucking
on the
like,
circuit, he still
big, isn't
expressed
it?
his displeasure with the track and asked his fellow drivers to abandon the race. But unfortunately, he was outvoted, and as such, the race went ahead. And sadly, at the notoriously dangerous Bergwerk
it's just
corner, he
weird
lost control of his
that it
Ferrari,
was
veered
Nicky
off the track, collided
who
with a
crashed
wall, and
after
his
trying to
car
say,
burst into flames.
let's,
The Austrian
you
driver
know,
suffered
let's
severe
not
burns
race
to
this
his
one.
head, hands, and inhaled hot fumes that damaged his lungs. And after being taken to the hospital, he fell into a coma.
I still can't believe he's
Even
alive.
given
Well, he's
his
not now,
last
unfortunately,
race.
but
he
I can't believe he survived that.
Thank God. But while Niki Lauda's crash became a defining moment in his career, Nicholas Latifi's crashes were also pretty much defining.
Oh, what, the
Not in the
Abu
way he
Dhabi?
wanted. In the final laps
They're
of
gonna
the
Abu
2021
Dhabi, you know?
Abu Dhabi
Yeah,
Grand
yeah,
Prix,
yeah, yeah.
Latifi ruined
I
it for Mercedes.
still cannot
Hamilton
believe
solidly cut
that this has
after
happened.
Latifi crashed into the barriers. But as apologetic as Latifi was about the incident, he did little to change his Go-Tifi status, as he also crashed behind a safety car at the Monaco Grand Prix. Behind a safety car.
Yeah, but that happens quite a lot, to be honest with you.
How does that even happen? Well,
And it is
this what
Monaco.
Latifi said.
And it is
The
Monaco.
throttle didn't get stuck, but it was like the throttle got stuck. It was very strange and surprising. At the
Right.
same time. I was already going so slow there. I was just a passenger at that point. The car is driving.
I think it's
forward
just too
and I'm
wet,
not on
really,
the
wasn't
gas,
it?
So I don't know what's happening here. Well, now that's one way to put it. But
Wrong gear,
remarkably,
innit?
That wasn't all. During the Japanese Grand Prix practice session, he got lost and turned down a dead
Oh,
end.
yeah.
Instead of continuing down the track layout, he made a 180-degree turn and went the wrong way. This obviously didn't go unnoticed.
I don't know how this happened though,
Once
because the
again,
engineer should have
blaming
known.
On the car being strange. Go-Tifi, Go-Tifi. What a guy.
I still can't believe the
Latifi's
Abu Dhabi
crashes
one happened, to be
luckily
honest
didn't
with
cause
you.
any serious harm. Unfortunately, we can't say the same thing for Antoine Hubert, because as we all know, the crash he was involved in was
Spa.
simply devastating.
Yeah.
In the Belgian Grand Prix, the F2 driver was involved.
They've
in a
got to do
high-speed
something with Spa.
crash.
They've got to do
On the
something with
second
Spa,
lap,
surely.
Hubert collided into a barrier
There's so
near the
many
high-speed
crashes on
Rouge
Rouge to
and was then
Radion.
struck by another driver, Juan Manuel Correa, which caused Hubert's car to be completely destroyed. Antoine later
I kind of feel sorry for
injuries
Correa
and
because
thus
he's got to obviously
couldn't
live with
survive.
that,
But
and
sadly,
even though it's not his
that's not
fault.
all. because Formula
You still
1
gotta think
racing
about it, innit?
icon Jackie Stewart also experienced a similar incident at the same corner. Stewart
Yeah,
was left
and
facing
Norris
the
had a
end
massive
when
crash.
he
Someone
crashed
else
his
had a
car
massive
at
crash
the
recently
Spa
as well.
circuit, which left
Not
him
like
hanging
that.
upside down with fuel trickling down
Not
his
like that
face.
though,
He was
fucking
safely
hell.
rescued from his automobile by 2 other drivers, and since then he's led multiple campaigns to increase drivers' safety. But surprisingly,
amazing,
his
he's
initial
amazing.
thoughts were that seatbelts were unnecessary and uncomfortable. But since then, he's changed his mind.
I
after
wonder
these
why
many
he's changed his
safety measures
mind.
prevented from losing many drivers. When I was starting in the Formula 1 world, the tracks were hideously dangerous. There were
I
no
mean,
run-up
Spa still
areas,
is, to
and
be
it was
honest
just
with you.
crazy. Ridiculous things like telegraph poles were up close and personal. But while Stewart already changed his views,
Yeah, well, I
about
guess you don't really
seatbelts,
think
Carlos
about that at the
Sainz's
time, do you?
crash
Now-
still forced the FIA
now you
to
have
dig
to.
deeper regarding its seatbelt rule. During the second practice at the Monza circuit, Carlos Sainz crashed hard into the wall at the Ascari chicane. The impact was so
Oh,
heavy,
that one,
Sainz
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
pushed
yeah.
pretty far forward towards his steering wheel, despite having his seatbelt on. F1
Yeah.
fans got extremely alarmed by this, but the FIA still noted
I remember
that
this. That was
while
such a
Sainz's
nice
case
colour
was
of the
strange,
Ferrari, though.
It's normal for seatbelts to give a little impact, because doing so is far safer for the human body than when they are rigid. Even Michael Massey said, I think the seatbelts are made...
Right, I don't think Michael Massey is the best person to go to, really, is it? After the Abu Dhabi 21.
But even though this crash created FIA ways to improve the sport, another crash created dispute among Red Bull's teammates, which even led to one of them
Hey, what?
leaving the racing team. At the 2018 Azerbaijan Grand Prix, both Red Bull drivers, Max
Oh, that
Verstappen
wasn't
and Daniel
right. That wasn't why Ricardo left the team, though, was it? That wasn't why Ricardo left the team. It was not because of this crash at Baku.
Ricardo crashed into each other while battling on the long straight.
That wasn't why he
Both of
lost
them
his job,
seemed
though.
to move under braking. Verstappen defended too hard, and Ricardo attacked too aggressively, thereby resulting in a double DNF.
Again, I
After
was
the
fine
race,
because I'm a Ferrari
Ricardo
fan.
even said that Verstappen's cutting into him annoyed him, and his frustration increased.
But that wasn't-
when he
that wasn't-
realised
again,
that
that
the
wasn't
team
why.
wouldn't help him. We touched wheels a few times where it was always Max coming into me, as opposed to me going into Max. Part of me was waiting for the team to say cut the but never really got that. I'll say now.
Of course you
there was
won't.
more to
Verstappen
life
gets
than
fucking-
you guys. Wow.
Verstappen
I never saw
just
Ricciardo
gets
angry
protected,
before,
though.
But Ricciardo later explained that this Baku incident eventually made him leave the Milton Keynes-based team, since Verstappen
not
was
why.
just ready to end his career. Even the team boss, Christian Horner, believes that Ricciardo was running from a fight with his teammate. And today, we all know who ended
That's
up
not
where.
why, though.
Verstappen is a 2-time champion, and by looking at Red Bull's performance, he'll be a 5-time champ soon. Ricciardo, however,
He will
did
be,
return to
unfortunately,
Red Bull,
and he's
but
gonna be
as
this
a
year.
reserve driver to his former teammate. But still, this crash was nothing compared to what Guan Yu Zhou had at the British Grand Prix.
Yes,
At the opening
again,
lap
I
of
was
the
watching this, and my parents are into F1 as well, but they were out when I was watching this. I was watching this at theirs because they got a nicer TV and better quality. I texted my mum afterwards, say, right, you lot have got to watch the replay when you come back, because oh my god,
race, George Russell collided with the Alfa Romeo driver Guan Yu Zhou, which then
he was
sent
so
the Chinese
lucky,
driver's
and the
car
crowd were lucky
flying
because it
across
went
the
right
track,
into the
sliding on its halo before being sent
into the
over a
fence, wasn't
concrete
it?
barrier and into the retaining wall. This crash
So lucky
was
that was
so
there.
severe, as Zhou was literally skidding
Again, the
upside
halo-
down for a considerable amount.
the
of time.
halo done its
But
job.
thankfully, Zhou was unharmed, owing it to the halo, and even
Yeah.
confirmed on Twitter that the halo saved his life.
It
The
really
halo
did.
was just one of the numerous inventions that shows how much F1
So many
advanced in
people
terms of
didn't
safety
want the
and
halo,
saved
but it's so
many
much
lives.
better.
But unfortunately, we can't say the same for Jules Bianchi. This young,
Ah,
talented driver
Japan
was the
Grand
first
Prix.
person ever to be in the
Straight
Ferrari
under a
Driving
tractor,
Academy,
man.
had his dream dashed when he crashed his car into a
So shit.
6,500 kilogram crane, which was clearing German driver.
And unfortunately, you nearly had the same with Gasly. Was it a couple of years ago now, or last year maybe, where the tractor was on track and it was wet and nobody could see a thing, and he nearly crashed into it because he just didn't know it was fucking
Spun
there.
out of control and crashed in the same spot the lap earlier. And as a result, his car was still being cleared by the crane when
Cannot
Bianchi
believe
lost
that.
control of his car on the same curve and crashed into the crane at 78 miles per hour and ultimately lost his life. This tragic incident forced the FIA to
Oh, please
implement
don't-
the 4
please
hour
don't
rule,
end the video
which
on here.
requires that races held during the day must take place no less than 4 hours before sundown, along with modifications to track drainage and how emergency vehicles handle collisions. But
Well, they
even
didn't
if
really
driving
change it that
practice
well,
created
did they?
some positive rule changes.
Fucking
Sometimes
hell.
F1 drivers simply force the FIA to make a rule change. But this time,
Well, yeah.
it's just for their benefit. One F1 driver forced a rule change just to gain an unfair advantage in the race. Another driver forced it, which was so bizarre that it even changed F1's future forever.
Wait, what?
But who are these drivers? And what changes did they enforce? But more importantly,
Ah, you
why?
fucker.
I know you want to hear more about this.
Yeah, you fucker. I knew it. I knew it was going to be for another video, man. Fuck's sake. Well, if you want me to watch that one and react to it, let me know in the comments below. As I said before, I'm trying to get to 10k, so any subs is appreciated. And yeah, hopefully see you in the next video. Goodbye.
I got the future.